Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So tonight I wanted to discuss Godspeed You Black Emperors, Lift Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to Heaven. I love the titles of the records. I love the titles of all of their side projects, and I love how long and how odd and how sometimes really difficult to speak these titles are. Like, for example, the Set Fire to Flames, Sings Rain Rebuilder. If you don't actually slow your cadence down, you will fuck that up completely. Because Sings Rain Rebuilder, it doesn't roll off the tongue all that well. But anyways, yeah. So tonight I wanted to discuss, like I said, Godspeed's Lift Your Skinny Fists. And this record, this record is like actually a masterpiece. And I don't like throwing that word around too much. It's almost like masterpiece is the go-to word when you don't have anything else intelligent to add. You think you can just sort of scrape by and slide through by saying it's a masterpiece, and everyone's going to go, yeah, it is a masterpiece. That's true. But this record actually is. It's on this album that I think Godspeed's formula really started to come together. Whereas prior to this, on their first couple of releases, it was more like they were going for like a whole other thing. There was this sort of Mad Max dystopian sort of apocalyptic like bleakness to all of their work. And whereas this still has a lot of emotional weight, I find that this record, I don't know, I don't want to necessarily say that it's more positive, because Godspeed stuff always does kind of have that crushing sense of loss and dread. But on this, it's like I said, it's like the Godspeed formula tightened up so well and so completely that they masterpieced it really, really efficiently. And I mean, granted, there's not that many songs on here, and considering that they're all 10 plus minutes apiece, if you don't like this sort of like post-punk, sort of drone-ish, like they start with like a single pluck of an instrument, and 10 to 20 minutes later, they've built this giant wall of like this massive cacophony of like sound is just there in your face. If you don't dig that sort of thing, Godspeed and everything they've done prior to this and everything they would continue to do from this point forward is definitely not for you. But they're really, really catchy songwriters, and they have their scope. They're very cinematic in how they approach their songs and how they will loop in certain samples of people saying particular things, and when they figure that the person is saying the most complex thing they're going to say, or perhaps the most emotionally involved thing they're going to say, it's like the song will peak with it, as if you're experiencing the climax of a film. And then afterwards, with the falling action in a film, the song will sort of die off. And of course, because it's Godspeed, it'll take a handful of minutes for the song to die off. And it's like I said, they have there's a real cinematic quality to everything Godspeed's done. And I think this is their first outing where they nailed it completely. Even though I will say on tracks prior to this, like the Dead Flag Blues, they did a fantastic job of nailing that sort of, like I said, that dystopian cinematic quality that they had. They did a really good job of nailing it there. But with this, there's something really bright and something shines through on this album that didn't shine through on their previous works. And I think it's because they were really, really caught up in a really negative vibe when it came to creating music on their releases prior to this. Because like I said, this one has a brightness to it that all their previous works lacked. The other thing that's cool about this record is the artwork is done by Will Schaff, and his stuff is fantastic. He has a very distinct style, as you can see here. If you don't know who he is, he's done the artwork for a bunch of bands over the course of the past couple decades, And the coolest thing about Will Schaff is back in the early 2000s, I think I found him through buying this album. I'm pretty sure at least that's how I came across Will Schaff, because they thank him in the notes. And I ended up finding him online. I don't remember exactly. I was a lot younger, but I did find him, and he was doing this thing at the time called it was like this mail art thing he had going, where if you sent him a piece of art, he would either alter that piece that you sent him and send it back to you, or he would just send you something straight from his stuff. And I did a bunch of them with him. I did a handful. I believe I did 3 or 4, and I have them all still, but they're all packed away. And this is the only one that I still have out kicking around that I got from him. And this is really cool because when you open it up, inside there's like this handmade booklet that he included discussing his divorce. And there that is, that he, as you can see, he painted by hand on some foreign currency. And this was really awesome. And like I said, I have a handful of these from him. And there, yeah, see? Yeah, I'll show you my address. Now, that's the bright thing to do with the internet. Because, see, everybody on the internet can be trusted because I know you're all my friends. And that's why I'm going to leave this completely unblurred. But yeah, I had this art project thing going with the guy that did the artwork for Godspeed's Lift Your Skinny Fists. And that was amazing. And he's still going. He's still around. And since then, I believe that there was even a book published of all the work that he had done, both as an independent artist as well as all of his works with various bands over the course of time. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's a book out now. But I've always felt really fortunate to be able to be a part of that with somebody as talented as Will Schaff. But yeah, so I guess I figured I found a way to talk about myself here, and that's not cool. I hate it when people do that. They always find a way to bring themselves into everything as if they're so fucking important. And that's not how I feel. It's just I am really happy that I was able to take part in that with him. And I'm pretty sure that I found him through this record. So it all related, and that's why I talked about it. But yeah, look, I'm going to go. This record kicks ass. So do you. You kick ass too. And if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And even if you didn't like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And I will see you guys soon. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe. And we will see you guys really soon.